Hi, I'm David and I'm going to tell you about an activity you can do with children for understanding heat conduction in metals. You will have already done a play acting activity where the children are in a long line and they're jiggling their bodies to be like heat. They're being pretend atoms and they're sending the jiggle down the line to the other end. The heat starts at one end and it goes all the way down to the other. We're now going to do an actual fun experiment where we can observe that phenomena. It's a very simple experiment. It's using butter for sensing the temperature. And what you need for this experiment is a roll of aluminium that comes from hardware shops that's called flashing. It's quite thick. You can't use just ordinary aluminium foil. You need to use slightly thick stuff like this, which can be cut easily with a pair of scissors. So I can just cut a strip and then I can straighten it up. Be careful of a few sharp edges, which you might want to be aware of. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to have it heated at one end with hot water. So I'm going to put hot water in a cup. First I'm going to bend it and show you the shape. I'm putting this in here and then I'm bending it over and then I'm going to bend this part on a slope so that butter can slide off that slope very easily. And now I've created my sloped piece of foil. Now I've got to get this ready for the experiment. To do that, I need a little spoon. The easiest spoon to make is like this. A little piece of this aluminium, and I'm using it to take some pieces of butter, and I'm going to put 5 blobs of butter on the edge of this metal from one end to the other. And there we have our apparatus set up. I'm going to put hot water in here and then students are going to use a stopwatch and time when the blobs fall off. They'll then make a graph, and here is the graph paper. Up one axis it has labels for the blobs, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and along here is time in minutes. This experiment shouldn't take very long, should just take a few minutes. So I've put 5 minutes on here. You can make this yourself. It doesn't have to be a very professional graph. And then students will put in the time when the first blob falls off. Perhaps it might be 1.5 minutes. And so then they'll put a dot here for the first blob. And then the second blob might be at 3 minutes. And so they make a graph showing the time that each blob falls off. So there's the first one fallen already within about 10 seconds. The second one's fallen. The third one is taking a little bit longer, but it looks like it's beginning to move. And it's fallen. In the space of just a few minutes, we've seen the heat travel all the way up this aluminium to melt off the last blob. I think children have fun doing this. And they understand heat flowing through metals.